we need to make sure this... No good, no good. That's no good, that's no good. Yeah, what do you mean? Wait, okay, hold on. So, you're telling me I have to do a presentation on esports in front of the class? Sure. No, okay. You know what? Sure, whatever. I'll do a video so I can get views, whatever. Right. My English teacher told me to present esports for the class. So, you know what, I didn't bother making a PowerPoint presentation, so I made a video instead. I'll get some views, you know. Yeah, okay, whatever. Here's the video. Enjoy. What are esports? No one knows. No one. It's a big thing, but no one knows how to fucking write it. Esports appeared around the 2000s, back when iPod touches weren't even a thing yet. Esports were starting with games such as Counter-Strike, Halo 2, Battlefield, and more. It's not until the year 2010 that esports started growing tremendously, gaining both viewership and more prize money for the competitors. The number of tournaments grew significantly as well. For instance, there were only about 10 global tournaments in the years 2000, to about 260 in 2010. Many successful tournaments were founded during this period, including the World Cyber Games, the Intel Extreme Masters, and the Major League Gaming. And especially in South Korea, esports over there is basically a national sport, and the best talent and best players come from that country. One of the latest video games to have many successful tournaments is Overwatch. Tournaments such as the Apex series since the game's launch in 2016, Overwatch Contenders, the Overwatch League, the Overwatch Contenders Gauntlet, the Overwatch Open Division, and there is even an annual World Cup. So, through these tournaments, teams and organizations gained more fame, such as Cloud9, Team Liquid, Team Envious, Fnatic, and FaZe Clan. Now, esports isn't just a hobby. It's like football. If you want to make money out of it, you need to be talented and have passion. In the wise words of this Swiss player for the Swiss Overwatch World Cup team,
well, it's practice.
To get into tournaments, you need to find a team, obviously, and it might seem hard, but it's actually very simple. In esports, to find a team, you don't necessarily need a CV. If you want to join as a player, our form of CVs are messages in Discord servers specifically made for tournaments or finding teams and players. These messages usually look like this. These messages specifically say LFT, which stands for looking for team. So these people are players or coaches looking to join a team. They post messages in text channels specifically for the team managers to look in if they are in need of a specific player or coach. If the managers are unable to find what they need in this channel, they post their own type of messages. These messages have the LFP instead of LFT. LFP stands for looking for player, which is basically the opposite. It is a team that is looking for a specific player for their roster. Now, these messages that you are seeing on screen right now are all for Overwatch teams and players. And as you might have seen in those messages, there are things that keep appearing. When you see numbers followed by a K, they are talking about their rank in the game. The higher ranks above 4K are less than 1% of the player base, and above that, there are the top 500 players of each region. Then there are the roles: tanks, damage, and support. And in each of these roles there are sub-roles such as off-tank, main tank, projectile or hit scan DPS, and flex or main support. The definition of each are the following. A tank's job is to make space in order for the team to move towards the objective. Off-tanks do it with damage, and main tanks do it by absorbing the enemy's damage and placing shields. DPS heroes are heroes that are focused on dealing big amounts of damage per second. Some of them do it with projectiles, meaning they have to predict the movement of the target in order to hit them. And some of them do it with hit scan heroes, which means that the target is immediately hit as soon as you click the mouse. Supports focus on healing and providing utility for the team. Off heals have more utility resources like movement buffs or anti-healing, and main heals focus primarily on healing. Next, we will be looking at the common qualifications needed to join a team in Overwatch. Usually teams look for players that have time, will to improve, positivity, being vocal, speaking English depending on the team, and a required rank to join the team. These points are the most important of them all. They define the success of a team. Even if you have time, if you have the will to improve, positivity, and everything else except the rank to join the team, you cannot join that team. It is a long explanation, but once you do it, you will get the hang of it. We've talked about the easy part now. Let's get more in depth. Money. I want money. I have no money. Players get paid by either the team or the organization they joined, or by the tournament itself if they win it, of course. Prize pools in tournaments can go from $10 per player to $1.7 million for the team in the Overwatch League. Remember that it is always a rocky start when you start off in esports, because you will probably not make a lot of money. There are countries where esports is welcome, there are others that think it's just a joke.
I need water. I need water. I need water.
Countries such as South Korea, China, USA, Germany, Sweden, Brazil, and Russia are places where esports have grown the most. And in countries like Switzerland, Austria, or Italy, it could be more complicated to have a future in esports. If you have headphones, Wi-Fi, the game, a computer, keyboard, mouse, fucking chair, a monitor, you're fine. You're fine. Now, considering it as a sport or a hobby is complicated, but here is what I think about it. Esports isn't necessarily a sport, but it's not just a hobby anymore. Esports can give jobs to people, and when you see a player smash a desk like that, fuck. When you see a player do that, it's not because they're crazy or insane. They're passionate about the game. They want to win. They've worked hard to be where they are, and if you train for days or weeks against an opponent and you lose, it's obvious that it's going to be frustrating. As a player, it's about making new friends, companions, maybe even more. It's about having fun and feeling accomplished, leading your team to victory. But there is one player.
And to announce the winner of our first ever Dennis Havelka Award, it will be one of his championship teammates from Team Envious, the always smiling Mickey, the emotional core of the Dallas Fuel. Congratulations, Mickey.
If you sit down, we might not be able to see you as easily, you know what I mean? But at least Dennis would still get to be taller than you. Tell us, you played with Dennis, obviously. You know, you had a lot of experience, a lot of friendship shared with him. What does winning this award or receiving it mean for you?
So, as you know, I'm not sure if everyone knows that. Like, the reason why I'm here is because of him pick me up from the World Cup first year. Like, it will be like very, very hard for the C people to like join the tournament in US, like especially join the NA team is like almost impossible, as you can see. Like, I'm the only one who is like Thai and play with the NA team. So this was like, for me, I'm very glad about it. I mean, I don't want to be emotional in front of the camera, of course. So yeah, basically like, I'm very happy like to get this award, and this is remind me a lot of memories.
And because of your positivity, Mickey, how do you maintain such an outlook throughout the wins and losses of the regular season? Because you're always the one joking with your teammates, trying to bring them up. What is it that inspires that in you?
So it's about, if you're thinking about the reality, it's like when you're like losing or when you feel down or whatever, like you have to think about the people behind you. Like my family watching me playing this game, like doing this job, even though like my mom doesn't understand at all about this game. Like she watching the game live, like all the things she understands is like when I like play with the camera at the start. But she's still watching the whole game, like watching again and again. She doesn't even understand English, but like I'm sure that she wants to see me happy in front of the camera. She doesn't want to see me like depressed when we're losing. Also all the fans or whoever supporting me, like I don't think anyone want to see me like being depressed or like being unhappy, right? Yeah, so that's the thing. Like if I'm not happy, if I'm sad, like the people who watch me, they're gonna be sad. And I don't want that. I don't want that to happen. Nothing is better. Also my teammate, if I like being sad to them, like being unhappy and make anything go worse, it's just like everything gonna be worse. So I just think in a positive way, like just like everything just pass.
Mickey, thank you for being such a shining example of positivity and kindness. I know Dennis would be very, very proud, especially as one of his teammates, to receive this award. Welcome back, everybody. I am Mitch Leslie, joined by Mickey of the Dallas Fuel. It's good to see you out here. We won't be out here for as long as last time, though. That was about 2 hours.
Okay.
Sure. Yeah. With the regular season behind us, it's time to present an award that is very near and dear to many of our hearts. On November 8th, 2017, we lost a dear friend and a beacon of positivity in the Overwatch community, Dennis Internet Hulk Havelka. Dennis helped set the foundation for competitive Overwatch worldwide. And so each year in his memory, we present the Dennis Havelka Award to the player who has had the most positive impact on the community. Mickey, you knew Dennis as a coach, as a player, and as a friend, and obviously there is a reason why we award this award in his name. Tell us a bit about the positive impact he had on you during your time around him.
So I was saying this last year, the same thing, that the reason why I'm here because of him. And what he told me, that I was asking him like, why you pick me, why you want me to be in the team, and he just tell me that, oh, because of your positivity, I can always see your smile, and yeah, you're gonna do great in the team because we need someone like you. Then that's the reason why they pick me, and it's kind of like, I mean, you know, it's kind of random. Yeah. Yeah, and that's what he told me. So it's like pretty great. And when we were competing in Korea, it was 2 years ago, and it's like, I just feel like it's very good to have him as a team. He's not just being good as a in-game leader or coaching, and he just be good at like how to manage the life. Like we go hang out together, how to manage your mental, and just keep the environment going. He's pretty good, and I miss him.
As do we all. And now it is time to reveal your 2019 Dennis Havelka Award winner.
Let's talk a little bit about the Internet Hulk Award. Mickey had won it last year. Who do you have this year? It's supposed to really champion who's positive, who makes a great impact in the game.
It goes off a gut instinct, right, when you're thinking about this. It's got to be that first name that pops into your head. And the first name and only name that popped into my head for the award was Custa.
커스터 성격은 다들 아시다시피 되게 유머도 있고 착해. 일단 사람을 봤을 때 되게 착하고 듬직한 리더.
Everyone knows he's the most friendly guy in Overwatch League. He's always been respectful to the players, to the staff. So his sportsmanship is absolutely insane, and it's one that I look up to as a player. I want to make sure that you don't do stuff that Custa wouldn't do, right?
I mean, when I got the email for the nomination for the Dennis Havelka Award, instantly my mind just goes right to Scott. Custa's the one who's putting himself at the back of the line. He's letting everybody else get their opinions out and making sure that everyone's voice is heard.
잘할 때 더 잘할 수 있게 돋궈주고 항상 긴장되고 이러도 긴장 풀어주고 경기 져도 그것도 기분 풀어주고
He was always working really hard, even when Scott wasn't a starter. He was always, showing up to practice, watching scrims over with the coaches, giving advice to players, helping us when we were down.
커스타 선수가 만약에 없으면 저희 팀이 웃는 모습들이 많이 없어질 것 같아요. 그냥 옆에 없는 것만으로도 분장이 되게 클 것 같아요.
You want to highlight what are the aspects of him that's being a positive force in the community, right? And the person that comes to mind is our partnership with St. Jude Children's Research Hospital, right? He actually had raised $3,700 on his own with his Team Australia jersey, and then he did a follow-up stream where he raised another $2,500. So he raised $6,000 on his own.
봉사를 한 것만으로 되게 대단하다고 생각을 해요. 왜냐면 이제 성택인데 이제 꾸준히 한 걸로 알고 있거든요. 진짜 게임 밖으로도 되게 좋은 친한 형 같아요. 고스타 형 축하하고요.
No one else deserves us like you do. So I'm proud of you, and thank you for being an inspiration to me.
축하합니다.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome to the stage the 2019 Dennis Havelka Award winner from the Los Angeles Valiant, Custer. Custer, this award is not necessarily about performance on the field, but very much about performance off the field. Knowing Dennis and knowing the impact that he had to you and on the community in general, what does it mean to know that when the league sort of voted for that one person that felt embodied that, they chose you?
It means everything. This award is such a special thing, I think, within this league. It symbolizes a lot. I knew Dennis as a person. He did amazing things, and he pushed me to be better as a player and as a teammate. So there are a lot of amazing players that did amazing things this year. So the fact that I was at the top of the list means, thank you to everyone who voted for me.
It's your question, Mickey.
Okay. I'm sorry. So, okay, this is real, right? Okay. How's your positivity? Sorry. How your positivity impact your teammates? Is that a question? I try and stay positive as much as I can. Mainly as a teammate, being positive raises a lot of your players up and your team up. You as a player, I'm sure, recognize that being positive is the best thing you can do to get through the good times and also through the hard times. So for this season, it really helped. And big shout out to all my teammates. They've been amazing, and they've enabled me to be positive.
So you miss playing with me, right?
Of course, always.
Okay.
And finally, you've meant so much to the community at large. Obviously, this kind of award is, obviously pretty prestigious in its own way. What do you have to say, I guess, to your fans and the people that supported you throughout your journey so far?
Yeah, honestly, just a huge shout out to all the fans for myself, for Valiant, for the entire league. You guys are some of the best fans. You've done incredible things this year, and what we do wouldn't be possible without you. So thank you very much, and it means everything.
It was an exciting season of ups and downs for the Valiant, and it takes strong personality and willpower to be a leader throughout it all. Ladies and gentlemen, please join us one more time in congratulating Custer, our 2019 Dennis Havelka Award winner.